So Immortals has Flame, Dardoch, Pobelter, Cody Sun, and Ole now. And I think they're going to be pretty good on the top side of the map with Flame and Dardoch. And even Pobelter, I think they have really good solo laners. And I think we have to wait for a while to see that team develop. I think Immortals will definitely be top 10 in the LCS.
Damn, son.
But I think Immortals can definitely place higher than 6.
So, Team Dignitas, from their old lineup to this current one, I feel like they had a lot of major upgrades, especially in AD carry, jungler, and top lane. As Apex, they had Ray, Shrimp, and Apollo. But now they have Lod, which I think is more consistent than Apollo. Chaser, he's been like a pretty well-known jungler in LCK, and he's done pretty well. And Someday, which is like really well-known top lane from Korea. But we'll have to see how well they do as a team and how well they can like work on communication and stuff like that. Compared to other lineups, I feel like Dignitas will be around 4th or 5th, maybe 3rd place.
So P1 is Sick, Inoue, Ryu, Arrow, and Adrian. I think they got a big improvement from last split, and I don't really know where to rate them in LCS because I think either they're gonna be pretty bad or they might be surprisingly good, because I think Arrow and Ryu is pretty good, so they got like some pretty good Koreans, and Inoue last split, he had like a lot of strong showings, so if he can support his solo laners or like the carry players in that team, then I think they'll be like 5th place in LCS maybe.
In C9, the players that are staying the same are Jensen, Sneaky, and Smoothie. I think Sneaky's always been a solid player. Sometimes he has like better than average performances and lower than average, but I think Jensen is a really solid carry for that team, and he's, ever since joining the LCS, or ever since he got more comfortable in C9, he's been one of the best mids in NA. Bringing in Contracts as a jungler. Contracts is actually a player I've been playing with for like a year and a half maybe. I've just been duo queuing with him a lot when he was in the challenger scene. And I always kind of knew that he was an up-and-coming talent, and as soon as he hit 17 years old, he would be playing the LCS. So I think him giving a chance to play on C9 and actually play on an established team, he's going to be a strong talent. Overall for C9, I think C9 is still going to be a really strong team. They're going to be a contester for at least top 3 or top 2. And I still think in this season it's most likely it's going to be us and C9 in the final.
FlyQuest actually has a lot of my ex-teammates, Balls, Moon High, Altec, and Lemon. I actually played on a team with Balls, High, and Lemon before, so it's going to be really cool to see them come back in the LCS. I think all the players have played in LCS for a bit of time, and I definitely think they can place pretty high too.
So Echofox had a couple of roster changes. Instead of KFO for top lane, they have Looper. For jungle, they have Acadian instead of Hard, and for support, they have Gates instead of Big. Personally, I think Looper is definitely an upgrade over KFO, just because, you know, Looper, he has won a world championship before, and he has like a lot of experience. As for how I think they would rank in the LCS, I think they would probably be either middle of the pack or a little bit below, but the addition of Looper and Acadian are pretty good for the team.
CLG has not made any roster changes, and I think CLG is still going by the whole like we're a CLG family and stuff like that, which is really respectful. I think they're still going to have the same core of Aframu and Darshan seem to have really strong communication, and like they're going to have good knowledge of the map. But overall, I do think they have weaker individual players than other teams, and that can make them fall short a lot of the time. I think CLG is going to be middle of the pack, but not pressuring the top teams as much as they might have last year.
TL's roster, their biggest change was the jungle role with Rainover compared to Dardoch. Rainover is definitely like an early game leader, and he controls the early game really well. And he helps his teammates get really fed. He focuses on a lot of vision. He's just like overall a really strong player, and I feel like it was a really good upgrade for them, especially considering last year they didn't really have like a early game leader. So for the mid lane role, TL got Link and Golden Glue, and apparently they're gonna be subbing him out half the time, so like each will like play half the time. Phoenix was like a pretty solid mid laner, definitely top 4, but he did have his moments where he like choked a lot. But you can also say the same about Golden Glue, where in like high pressure performances he couldn't hold together and he like ended up choking. Link was also very similar back when he was on CLG. Did not like play super well in high pressure situations. So not really sure what to think about it. I think it was kind of just like a side grade. They didn't really get any better in that role at all. The roster didn't change that much for the better, so I would probably place them around 4th place. Yeah, solid 4th is good for them.
So, Team Envious is Seraph, Lyra, Ninja, Hakuho, and Apollo. I think Lyra is going to be the star player, and I watched a lot of his games when he played for Africa Freaks, and like I used to copy his Graves builds and stuff like this, and we even scrimped them one year in Korea, and he was pretty good, so I expect him to do well, but his team is like pretty bad. They're going to be 9th or 10th place in LCS, and Lyra is just going to be like, everyone on Reddit is going to call Lyra like that he needs a better team. I predict that.
Jesus, this video is savage.
Just be in the bed. Don't you think it'd be kind of funny if I just gave, like, no one sees my head and I'm just giving Bjerg a massage while he's answering it?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think that would be pretty
This
funny?
is my slave.
And Bjergson would have his slave. And then everyone would be like, oh, Bjergson's such a diva, he needs someone to fucking massage him.
I only do interviews while getting massages, please. I think Sneaky is always a solid player. Okay. Shut the fuck up, girl. What the fuck? Alright. Peace.